the young rappers dissing the old head rappers, or whatever. Oh man, y'all washed up. Let me tell you a little or something. If it wasn't for that era, y'all wouldn't even have a record deal or nothing to write or rap about. That era started that. So for you, it's just like that's like telling Thomas Edison not to cut his lights on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he invented that. Well, really, a black man invented that. But I'm just saying.
Lucrative life conversation.
Once you get confident,
lucrative life conversation.
I've heard people
about anything.
I got two things.
Lucrative life conversation. No matter where you are, your journey. Lucrative life conversation about anything, any subject.
What you mean by that? Yeah, like what you mean by that?
that would be soft sticks. It wouldn't. So soft sticks means like people normally do the loud sync claps. If people like real close to you, or it's not necessary. Soft sticks like right. You usually do it right in the microphone too. So because that it gets loud, bro. Especially when they doing like real claps. It gets loud. So something like this, soft sticks.
Okay.
Yeah. With that being said, welcome back to the 2.5 LLCs podcast. I'm your host today, Dre, and I have a guest co-host with me, Tha, D2M Tha, owner of Dreams and Motivations record label, also entrepreneur, also youngin.
Got a lot of slashes over there. Okay.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stripes.
Also future photographer.
Yeah.
Also future multimedia creator. So yeah.
Yeah, I got a good bit of things going on.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the man of the hour, though, Dr. Dre Jr. You ain't gonna do that.
Course,
you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna do that on here. This is your show. I'm telling you, you ain't finna do that.
Listen, man.
Yeah, so tell them. Well, they probably already know.
If you do or don't
expertise.
know, if this is your first time listening, which it might be, my name is Dre, Retro Dre. You might know me as. I call myself, in general, a multimedia creator. What that means is I create multimedia products for people and businesses, and myself, such as music production, podcast production, as you see here, video production, editing, graphic design, a little bit of photography, and also, tech a little bit too. Getting into them. So, yeah.
All right, cool.
And we have
Now we good. All right.
returning special birthday, didn't know until a second ago, guest. What do you call yourself? Are you artist, multifaceted, not just an artist? What else do you do besides just make music?
I mean, that's pretty much the extent of it, man. I mean, when I start, I'll be honest with you, I mean, people, when you grow up, you got so many things you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You change your mind by the time you this age, you forgot you even thought about doing that.
Yeah.
But, I come from an era when dancing was popular, and that was my first love. I was pretty good at it. I won a few contests or whatever, things of that effect, and then dancing just played out, so I went to the next best thing, went to rapping. So, another reason why I went to rapping pretty much is because everybody in my family could sing but me and my brother Marcus. Okay. And we felt left out. Now, we had the dance moves or whatever. That's the guy I used to win the little dance contest when I was little and teenager and all that kind of stuff with.
What was your go-to?
Huh?
Did you have a go-to move you would do?
All the time, yeah.
What was your go-to?
We had this little dance move as to where, I feel funny saying this. They had this little kick step, and then I'd step on his hand, and then he would throw me up, and I'd do a no-hand backhand flip, land with a split, and then I would grab my shoulder. I grab my collar, act like I'm pulling myself up, or he would do it. He would kill it every time. That was that was the emergency break, Okay. But, that was back then. That was a long time ago, man. But so after that, like I said, we felt left out. So after that, I was like, that's all he knew how to do was dance or whatever. But I said, I'm finna perfect this rapping thing, you know, I said I got to do something in music because, like I said, we felt left out. My dad could sing. Dad used to sing in nightclubs. He used to open up for Elvis Presley back in the day, you know, in the nightclubs before Elvis got real on and popping. My sister sings, you know, my brother, believe it or not, I got an older brother who actually sings country music, believe it or not. So, and that was hell growing up because we had twin beds and I'll be listening to NWA Fuck the Police on this side and he's over there listening to Conway Twitty or Achy Breaky Heart or whatever the fuck. And, you know, and it would be crazy. And my mom coming there beating on us and everything. But that's what made my range. And if you were to listen to my music, you'll see what my range is because I've gave all genres of music a chance, you know.
Okay.
Open-minded. Mm-hmm.
So in case you haven't heard yet, we have Tha Docctah in the building.
That's me.
Make sure you spell it right.
Yeah. D-O-C-C, 2 C's, T-A-A, with camera right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's spelled D-O-C-C-T-A-H. Make sure you look that up the correct way. Type that in the correct way. Because on YouTube, I was the first one to spell my name like that. After I done it, I got 3 other imposters trying to spell it the same way. One knocked only spelled it with 1 C. Then just a few months later, somebody else done picked the other C on it. And this dude plays the piano or some shit. So all I can say is, you know, that's me. You can type in this T-H-A is in the D-O-C-C-T-A-H. Any platform.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right to it, man.
All right.
Now let's start with the album.
Okay.
The Prescription.
All right.
Now, when you came in and recorded this track, I said, dang, this is a dope track. I hate I couldn't do my part right in this track, but
I tried to get him in the studio. He just could not get it, man. I said, you know what? I just impersonate what I'm trying to get you to do.
Couldn't get it. I could not get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I ain't gonna lie.
I almost hit you with that Ice Cube line. Yo, Dre, stick to producing. I'm messing with you. I'm fucking with you, bro. Yeah, man.
It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, he did it, man. Like, you know, everybody asked me, man, who did your production? It's always on the songs because I got other producers because I don't want my album to sound the same. But the songs that he did, everybody, you know, it's like they'll be listening to it, they'll talk to it. The songs he produced, they'll perk up every time. Wait, what's that? You know. So, you know, he do his thing. But it's a classic, man. The Lady Razorblade videos, I said in my last interview. You can check that. That's a very controversial video. As I told you what that's about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the girl that got statutory rape by her stepbrother. He goes to jail for it because he was doing other members too. He got her pregnant. She got a vendetta. You know, she wanted to kill him. She waiting on him to get out of jail to kill him. And then in the meantime, any guy that she entertains or try to get, she's gay or whatever. She got a girl, but any guy that tries to holler at her, you know, she'll entertain him and she'll go as far as, you know, sleeping with him. And then, you know, as soon as the guy busts that nut, that throat getting open. And, you know, I just wanted to do a cinematic song. You know, I mean, you know, all the storytelling is the art form is getting taken out of rap, as I told you before.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I just want to I want to be that one that can make movie songs like that. You know, and I take that out a lot after one of my favorite rappers, B.I.G.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I definitely hear the influence from where you're from for sure. And the way you have your flows and subject matters for sure. Definitely reminds me a little bit of Scarface too, as well.
I hear that a lot. I don't hear that, but I hear that a lot. And Scarface is a guy that I really like listening to, but I'm not that big of a fan like that. But everybody says I hear Scarface. I'm like, that's a compliment to me. That's the king of the South.
Yeah.
Still to this day. So, hey man, people say I sound like Scarface. Thanks. That's not my goal or whatever. You know what? I was looking at that I mean, that's the gift and the curse because at the same time, it's like I'm flattered when people say, "Oh, you sound like this person," and the people they tell me I sound like, that's a compliment. I mean, these are legends. But damn, can I just sound like me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I be the best I heard in a long time? That's how you doing it. But it is what it is. I just take it with stride. But it's the gift and the curse. I look at that.
I'll say to that, people always want to try to compare to somebody just to have
all the time
relatability, to try to relate to something. Especially if they can't put you in a box, they want to try to compare to something so they don't feel left out. So
time, man. Yeah. I'm like, I hear it all the time. Now, it is this one guy that I will admit I do sound like him. Those that have time that YouTube surfers, if you want to check it out, you hear my album, you want to go back and hear his. He's a rapper from the mid-'90s. His name is Mr. Mike, and he used to be on a label called Suave House. With 8Ball and MJG. I don't know if y'all know about them, but she was on that label, and he had an album called Wicked Ways, and it was a classic. But everybody said, "Man, you sound just like the guy." And I got pissed. I'm like, "Look, I sound like me." This is the only guy when I heard him, I'm like, "Well, damn." That do sound like me, you know what I mean? And that taught me a lesson in the same breath, because like my brother was telling me at one point in time, he was like, I remember when the single Avant came out, and I said, "Man, he trying to sound like R. Kelly." He said, "How you know if he trying to sound like R. Kelly?" I said, well, just like Cisco trying to sound like KC. He said, "Man, what you got to understand is some people just sound alike. You got people that got the same ambition as that person, they just in different spots." And he said he probably saw R. Kelly and was like, "Damn," I said, "I didn't think about that." You know what I mean? So like, cause I had never heard this guy I'm telling you about it one time. Like I said, I got pissed off. I sound like me, and then when I heard him, I had to bow down. Like, damn. Now Scarface, I don't hear. People tell me I rap like Biggie. I'll accept that because I have a little bit of his DNA in my stuff with the storytelling and all that. I'll accept that. Anybody else, I'm like, I just take it as a compliment and keep it moving. I done heard that this is the one that pissed me off, 666. I'm more lyrical than some 666. Now, I got people out there to tell me I look like Project Pat all the time. I don't know where that's just now started here lately, because in high school I was Wesley Snipes. Now I'm Project Pat. So,
damn.
Right. So, and then, "Oh man, you sound like Project Pat." I know I do not sound like Project Pat. So I'll let y'all be the judge of that. My album is on Bandcamp. It's called The Prescription. Look it up. Just $10 if you want to support your boy. But I'm telling you, some of the best 13 tracks you ever heard in your life. Partially thanks to this man right here.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. But as I say, man, if people don't come prepared, I'm not able to do what I do sometimes as well. So
that's right.
Appreciate you for being prepared.
Yeah, I try to be, man. I take my music serious, man. Like I said, I sound like a broken record. I'm still old school for taking my stuff, my craft serious. To me, each song, I don't believe in album fillers. And when you hear this album, you're going to find that out too. I don't believe in album fillers. I believe you should take the same dedication and concentration and discipline to each song. Each song, try to outdo the next one, And that's how you make a classic album, to me. Now, unfortunately, I'm trying to get up to promotions, promote it the right way. Once it's promoted the right way, I mean, like I said, everybody's going to know it like it's a classic.
Club Dope need a video in the future.
Yes, I'm doing. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm doing a video for Club Dope. People ask me about that. I'm actually doing it, and you're free to come too. I'm actually doing it in Atlanta at a strip club. Suppose I've been doing it this month, as a matter of fact, but some things knocked me off track. Got into a car accident. That's a whole nother story. Yeah, that's funny you bitching that song, because we in the works of that video.
Okay. Yeah.
Strip club in Atlanta.
Yeah, because when I first heard it, I said, "Man, this would be great for animation too."
You talking about Club Dope? Now you said that about Club Dope.
Yeah,
you said that about Club Dope. I'm thinking you're talking about Let's Do It Again.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay,
Club Dope. Yeah.
Club Dope. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Club Dope. I got my songs and stuff. Excuse me. See, that's what this stuff will do to you. That's the side effect. Club Dope. Yeah, when I was talking about all the drugs in the alternate world having a party. I was trying to be creative on that, because I heard Spice One do it with the alcohol. So I flipped it and did it with the dope, you know. And so I did it my way. I'm thinking you're talking about Let's Do It Again.
I was talking about Club Dope.
Club Dope. Okay, Let's Do It Again is going to be shot in the strip club or whatever. This, that, and the third. Yeah. Club Dope is his favorite song. That's you know what? Can you find me an animator? Do you know of anybody?
I'll see if I can. If I can.
I'll take you up on that. Really, I mean, because I can see that happening. You know, doing it in animation.
Yeah, have all the drugs talking to each other and stuff. In
Yeah,
the background. You can bring them up.
Yeah, and draw them according to the song. You know,
Yeah.
cocaine come in with a white mink coat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be it.
Amphetamine with all the hits.
Oh yeah, you been listening to the song? Yeah, Amphetamine. Yeah, DJ Amphetamine. Yeah. The rapper's name MCPCP. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Everybody likes that song right there. Yeah, that's another one that stands out on the album.
Say if it wasn't for alcohol, wouldn't be no party for y'all.
Oh, you know the song. Yeah.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, man. Oh, I was on one when I did that one. Like I really wanted to outdo Spice One. You know what I mean? When I heard his word, I said, I gotta outdo him. Yeah, like I said, I mean, what my thing is, my music is like a pot of gumbo. I like it, or you can, some of everything in there, and I like to take you on the ride like a roller coaster because people lose interest quick. So you got to captivate their interest on each track, in order to get them to pay attention. So I got storytelling, movie songs. I got conscious rap on there. I got political, some of everything. You know what I mean? And that's just how I bum rush it, man. That's just it.
You definitely mastered the art of the opening line for sure. Because on some of the tracks we just listened to earlier, I forgot which one it was, but he said something like, you gotta shut the fuck up and get hit in the mouth, something like that. I can't remember which song.
What I say that?
I can't remember
Shut
which
the fuck up, you gonna get hit in the mouth.
Not exactly those together, but if I could pull it up later on, I'll reference back to it.
Yeah, I would like to know which one that was.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Let's see.
Why you looking it up? You do beats as well, bro?
Oh no, I just do music.
You just do music.
Yeah,
You rap?
I'm getting into beats, but yeah, I rap.
You rap. Okay, see, beats is something I need to start learning how to do myself.
Yeah.
I always let the producer do that. You know what? I've giving him time to look that up. I always looked at stuff like stuff that I have a magical interest in. I try not to learn it because once I learn it, I don't have the same respect for it.
Yeah.
If you feel where I'm coming from. Oh yeah, this is the one you're talking about. Yeah. Watch your mouth, bitch, before that bang thing do it for you. Yeah. Stop your mouth, bitch, before that bang thing do it for you. Yeah.
See, some niggas in that trap, caught up in that trap.
Yeah.
Just gotta do
This is
that
boss
thing,
bang.
back us up against the wall to make that bank, you feel me? Here's what it is. It's like,
Watch your mouth, bitch, before that bang thing do it for you. Hitting hard as De La Hoya, in the state of paranoia. Call your lawyers, call your henchmen, your starters and your bitchmen. This thing I'm about to bring just might just cause a lot of lynching. Pay attention as I mention these sluts and hoes and bitches that'll have your child support till you're old and popping pictures. Nigga venture through my mind state. It's kinda like a blind date. Can't believe it till you see it, but gyrates like the crime rate. 44s exposed soon as I go through the door, because I know these hater hoes hate me worse than before. But it's my business to keep these hoes guessing just like my mistress. Complain about how I bang but wanna pinch inches off my riches. Don't end up on my shitness, cause what's in these syringes? I have you on your back, sleeping in this with the fish before that boss bang. Whole nigga, I'm that go-getter, trendsetter, going for that boss bang.
A nigga wantin' that cream by any means, going for that boss bang. Yeah. Whole nigga, I'm that go-getter, trendsetter, going for that boss bang. Yeah. Nigga wantin' that cream by any means. Yeah.
So what's your
Yeah, that's my jam, man. That's my jam. That was Dr. Dre inspired, believe it or not.
Okay.
The beat, and I was like, I told the producer, I said, do a track close to Dr. Dre as you possibly can. That's my favorite producer. Him and Daz Dillinger. They're my favorite producers of all time. And I told him, I said, do me a track close to Dr. Dre as you can. I said, because if he gets ear to it, you know what I mean? I want him to hear this track. As if he was to produce me a track, this is how it would come. Yeah, that's what that one was all about.
Yeah.
But thank you. Now I know what you're talking about hitting the motherfucker in the mouth and all that shit. Yeah. Thanks, sir. You said king of the, what'd you say, open liners?
Yeah, king of the opening line, man. It's the master of the opening line. It's definitely a science because you got to get the people into the song. So, like the baby does, he don't wait for the beat to drop. He just goes straight in.
Yeah, he goes straight in on you. Attack it. You know, attack it.
Because with attention spans, you got to just get them in as fast as possible with something interesting so they can listen to the song.
Right. Well, see, to be honest with you, when I first, you talking about going back to the beginning or whatever. Just probably go back to the beginning.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I didn't really like. Only rap that I liked, it was my dad that introduced me to the time when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and it was Rapper's Delight, and then I heard the other rappers I just really didn't like, because it was like. They rap like they were slow.
ABC, 1, 2, 3.
I was like, I wasn't with that. And then when I heard LL Cool J, that's when I jumped on. I wasn't even that big of a fan of Run DMC. They talking about the king of rap, call me Sire and all that. It was cool, but it just didn't captivate me. LL's Rock the Bells and the Bad album. That's when I jumped on the train. Then when Big Daddy Kane came along, like I told you back in the day, I used to like to dance a bit. So, he had the whole package. This man knew how to rap. He was lyrical, had the ladies, and he could dance. So, like, to me, that was like the hip-hop Michael Jackson. So, that was the dude I was trying to really be like back then. And then, as I was growing up in the 90s, Biggie came along. And so, I liked Pac, but Big captivated my interest like the way Kane did. So, he was like Kane with a gangster twist. So, that motivated me to pull out the pen and pad like, yo, I'm going to see what I can do with this, Yeah. So that's how that pattern started.
Was there a specific song that you heard that's like, all right, I have to start right now?
Man, Big Daddy Kane's song Set It Off, man.
Okay.
Like, that song is timeless. Like, if you were to play that now, like, if you were to play it, it's like, what the fuck was he on? And this song came out in like 88. I was, so I stressed back listening to stuff that far back, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck was he on? And, the thing about it is, he was that lyrical, didn't really even have to curse. You know what I'm saying? That takes a skill, too. You know what I mean? Because every rapper, or every rap album, 99.9% of the time has a stick on it, Everybody cussing. This dude, he only did it, he have like 4 or 5 cuss words out of a whole 20-track album, And it made you respect those cuss words a lot more when he said them. Like, oh, shit, what did he just say? Did he just cuss just then? I liked that, you know what I mean? But that song Set It Off, what was the bar that man said in that song? He said, what did he say? The king of my kingdom. What did he say? It was something that stood out. He said, you fucking with me is wishing and hoping. If you are what you eat, you feeding me dope. Because I'm just about as dope as dope can get. Ultimate legit. Kane is a perfect fit. Like, this man just snapping. You know what I mean? I can still sniffle a cough. Even if a stutter, I'ma still come off. Like, who would think to say that in a rap song? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what motivates. I say, yo, I gotta get on the ball. You know what I mean? That motivated me right there.
I seen a clip of him online rapping. I don't know where he was at, but it seemed like it was just either club, arena, or something. And he dropped the mic on purpose, picked it back up, and kept going.
It made it look good. Yeah, I drop shit to still make it look good. I know what you're talking about.
So you what?
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Like, that's why I tell everybody, man. Like, that man got so much range. I give a damn about how old the rapper is, where he's from. You could be from Planet Saturn, like I said in the last interview. If you tight, I'm going to bang you. You know what I'm saying? If your music is nice, I'm going to bang it. That's just what it is. Yeah, I actually had the privilege of meeting my favorite rapper, man, Big Daddy Kane. He lives here in Raleigh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he lives here in Raleigh. I was able to meet up with him looking for the picture we took or whatever. But like that was like a stunning moment because like that dude pretty much had lyrically raised me, you know. And to see that cat at his house, we actually had the privilege of smoking one of these together and just talking, man. Like talking with my favorite rapper who I've been dying to meet all that time, bro. It was just like a phenomenal feeling, you know. It's me and Kane right there.
Oh snap!
Yeah. Those think I'm lying to you. You ever got time to pause your?
Yeah, send it to me so I can put it on the screen.
Huh?
Send it to me so I can put it on the screen.
Yeah, you got time to pause your shit and draw it up. There it is. But yeah, man, that was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal moment for me.
Yeah.
Seeing somebody in person that actually inspired you to do what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not everyone can have that experience if they get to meet their idol.
Right.
Might have a Chameleon Air Jordan story, and it's like,
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know what to start with the dude. I was like, man, I don't want to come off like a dick riding fan because I know he gets this all the time, you know. But it was hard to maintain composure. Like, I'm standing right before the man. You know what I mean? I used to have this man's posters up over my walls and all that, you know. And there he is, you know. So yeah, I've met lots of other rappers. I've opened up for A-Ball and MJG, Juvenile. I've opened up for BG back in the day. But it didn't have that same feeling as when I met, you know, the person that started me to doing what I'm doing. It's just that's a whole nother level. Yeah. You know. Yep.
So, growing up, how was it like growing up as the Doctor?
Growing up as me?
Yeah.
Wow. My dad, he moved around a lot, you know. And this is what I never understood about. This is one thing about the hip hop gang that's hard for me to agree with. I'm gonna get to what you're saying, but it's gonna coincide with the point I'm trying to make. I really do believe in that saying, "It's not where you're from, it's where you're at." And when an artist comes out, no matter how good they are, oh, he ain't really from here, or he ain't really from there. So the fuck what? Does he got good music? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he came out of a trash can, so what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he got good music, that's not where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? You know? But, you know, I say that because I was on a radio station a long time ago, and I won this Cypher Blaze battle, and they gave me an interview, and I was supposed to win the next one, but they voted for the other guy, and the guy told me why, because it was clearly I smashed him. I wish I had the footage to show you, but it was a while back. And they said, you don't say, you fucked up when you told them you used to live in another state before. And I said it in my interview, and I was like, people don't like that. But, you know, I'm not going to fake for nobody. I'm not going to be one of those fake people that, yeah, I'm from this spot, I'm from that spot just to gain some popularity. I'm going to be me. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm not where you want me to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I mean? Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? What are you buying, my music or the state I'm from? You feel me? So, to coincide with what I'm saying, my dad, he moved around a lot. He drove a truck. So I'm from Nashville. That's where I was born. Well, I wouldn't say born and raised. That's where I was born. And then we moved to Phoenix. Then we moved from Phoenix to Texas. Texas is where I actually got to meet. I don't know if you ever heard of the DLC.
Oh yeah, from
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the dancing stuff, me and my brother used to dance on the cardboards and all that when I was real little. He was there and whatever. And my brother told me later on, he was like, yo, that's the guy, you know. He used to be around when we'd be breakdancing, whatever. He's got a record deal now. And I was like, wow, you know.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. But Dallas, Texas, that's probably what I get the Scarface sound from or whatever, because, you know, I grew up as a kid on up till 13 there. Then we moved from there to Charlotte, North Carolina. And then we lived there for like 5 or 6 years, and then we moved back to Tennessee. So, you know, it's a lot of, you know, if you'll hear it in my flow, it's a lot of where I come from in all those 3 states. in there, mixed in there. And I feel privileged. I'm glad I got to see some other parts of the world. You know, to me, when somebody gets mad at you for not being in that state forever, about being in that state, those are people that, you know what I'm saying, that's on some misery like company type shit. Like, you know, I never got a chance to see the world or drive in this state or go to this state, that state or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga. You know, he ain't from here. You know, he ain't from the struggles we from. So what? How you know I didn't struggle in this state? How you know I didn't run into some bullshit in this state? You know, because I lived all three lives. I've lived the urban life and fell on hard times and had to live in the projects. You know, done it all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna act as though it's like, yeah, man, I'm fucking raised in the projects. You know what I'm saying? You know, slinging that dope and all that. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is with me. You know, I mean, I'd say Nashville is where the rougher stuff happened, where I got affiliated with the 6-0 Crip gang. You know, things of that effect. In Dallas, that's when I was doing my good guy thing. You know what I mean? I was growing up as a kid. My dad was a preacher. He had to be going to church. This is that and the third. And you know what we all do when we get older? We rebel. We don't want to hear that church shit. Well, I want to say it like that. We don't want to hear that church noise. By the time we get 17, 18, we trying to live life, right? So, you know, I chose to live wild, you know. Went out there, you know what I mean? As soon as we moved to Nashville, I'm amongst family and friends, you know. All the people I used to play with and kick it with as a kid, you know what I mean? I'm moving home there. I'm going to school with them now, you know. So I'm loved by everybody. So that's when my rapping started, you know, really kicking off for my popularity concern, because in high school we used to bang on the tables, do the little freestyles and all that kind of stuff, and you know, that's how the Doctor came about. You know, like you asked me growing up as a doctor, that's how I got the name. Or whatever. It was about a rapper by the name of Cool Daddy Fresh. He had heard me rap, and so he said, "Man, you just come up with anything, you know, off the top of the dome. You know, he's like, you like a doctor, you got the remedy." And it didn't help. What didn't help at all was when I was like 19. As soon as I graduated, when I was 18. As soon as I graduated, Cool Daddy Fresh, I'm doing part-time work for this podiatrist. So I have to put on this doctor's lab coat, you know what I mean? And he just so happened to be a patient there. He said, "Oh, so you a doctor for real?" And he went to the hood with that, man, and just said it to everybody, you know. And then, you know, I got to mess with this girl at Delway Villa in Nashville, and she was one of, you know, not trying to bury her. At the time, she was the finest girl in the whole complex, and she got my name spread amongst that. So that's how that came about, you know what I mean? So that's how the Doctor was made, pretty much. Yeah. But, yeah. That's what it was like being me. I mean, I done seen it all. Like I said, from Texas to Charlotte to Nashville. You know, I love all three places. You know, I still go there from time to time. I get shown love. And really, that helps me, because when I do my shows, you know, in those places, I got love in those three states. You know, they know me, you know. So I don't see how somebody saying, well, you know, like they said, Exhibit was not really from Cali, he was from New Mexico. So the fuck what? You wasn't giving a damn about that when you was banging this shit in your car. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just, like I said, each his own. That's just me. That's how I think about it.
Yeah. I hear you, man. So as far as gaining your fan base, I know you come from a different time period in the industry and rap music, but how did you go about gaining your fan base when you first started doing music?
The hard way. Like I said, I grew up in the 90s, so hard way. Tossing them CDs, you know what I mean? Talking to people. I got lucky enough, like I said, to open up for 8Ball and MJG, UGK, and Juvenile. You know, all three of them. I hooked up with a guy by the name of Tim Lewis. He was doing promotions, and he was like, "Man, everybody got to hear you, man. You know, you can be the greatest rapper in the world until people hear you. You know, you ain't about nothing." So, you know, he put me on a few stages out there. So, and not to dog my state, you know, I like Nashville. You know, I got people to show me a lot of love there and stuff, but it's so saturated with everybody trying to do the same thing, and not everybody is good at that same thing. I ain't naming no names, but it's like it got saturated. You know what I mean? It's like, and then when that happens, that's when the hate develops because everybody's in competition with each other. So when it's time to do a show, nobody wants to show up because I'm trying to be a rapper. You know what I mean? Fuck that nigga. I ain't going to his show. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third, because I'm the one they need to be seeing. Putting up posters, niggas snatching them down and putting their poster over yours, and that's what the crab in the bucket thing comes about. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's trying to do the same thing, so they don't want to see nobody else prosper bigger than them, and that's what Nashville, Tennessee had a bad problem with. Like, they was even acting stuck up with some of the celebrities. Like, some of the celebrities that would come down there to, it's not like that now, but at first when they was coming down there to perform or whatever, they wouldn't sell out enough tickets, so they would just say the hell with it and not show up at all. I don't know what my town got. I don't know why they like that. You know what I mean? But anytime you do a show, the audience ain't as big. Sometimes it's a moody crowd. 1 minute they might want to show love. Next minute you be performing. 1 minute you performing like in front of like 200 people, 300 people. Next minute you performing like 20 or 25 people. But either way, 2-4 people, I'm gonna shake that bitch either way. You know what I mean? Those 4 people or 10 people that came to see me deserve a good show too. But I'm just saying that's what I've noticed in Nashville, and it's hard to excel in a place like that in a country music state at that, because unless you're talking that honky tonk noise, you know what I mean, they ain't trying to hear what a rapper got to say. It's only 2 got blessed in Nashville, and that's because they got met up with people in other states. And it's Pistol, he signed with Eazy-E, and Eazy-E died not too long after he signed with him. Then we got Young Buck. 50 found him, as you all know. You know what I mean? But that's it. That go to show you right there, Nashville hard on you.
Yeah.
You better know you better know half that state, or they ain't showing up. And even then, they might hate on you. If you noticing all these rappers are getting killed in their home state. Home state don't show you as much love as You're a Perfect Stranger on another one. I found that out big time. I did a show New Year's while I was living in Detroit, and I'm not dogging my black folks at all, but man, this was the first time it was so many white folks out there, it looked like a snowstorm hit that bitch. And I'm like, I was kind of uncomfortable, and man, like, I got on that stage and they treated me like I was Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, damn, ask for my autograph and all of that. You know what I mean? I don't even have a gold plaque yet, So, hey, man, I mean, it all depends on where you at or whatever. Like I said, that's the only thing, that's the problem for us, like getting my fan base in my home state. It's harder to do, Now, social media, you know what I'm saying, they might say something now. Yeah, I remember Doc. Yeah, I support him. This is that and the third. But like when you there, I see that nigga all the time. I ain't buying this shit, It's like everybody don't take everybody serious. 'Cause like I said, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody knows everybody pretty much, and they ain't trying to support. But that's where the hard thing for us building the fan base is concerned. Pandemic knocked it down in what I was trying to do because everything shut down for a while, but starting to pick back up a bit.
Yeah. I'll say to that about people showing you love in your home state. It could be sometimes, depending on who the content of the music and what they're doing as well, invites that negativity to people not showing love or not showing the most admiration for what they're trying to do. Because when some people do more positive music or uplifting music, depending on who it is, and content isn't about negativity or drugs, killing or such of that nature, if they cultivate that fan base a certain way, it's not going to be looked at and have at the same way as somebody who may do content such as the opposite with that subject matter as well. So it's kind of also the audience you bring with the type of music you do, instead also with just putting out certain music.
And you know what, that might be my downfall too, because I got friends and I got folks especially in Tennessee. You know, sometimes they say, Doc, your vocabulary is too advanced for some of these people. You know, dumb your music down, a bit so everybody can understand it. And I'm like, I took out a few big words. I did it a little bit, but I said, but I'm not gonna water my shit down for no one. If you don't like pure, uncut talent, you know what I mean. That's your problem. I'm not trying to sell to a young fan base. I'm trying to sell to people that like good music. So it's like this. If you could be 8 to 80 or whatever, if you like my music, you know what I'm saying? The young people want to jump on, fine. If they don't, fine. But my music is what I'm on this album is what I really try to do is put the old heads as well as the young heads together. I'm rapping off these trap beats, but I'm putting lyrical content to them. If you notice that, you know what I mean? Because I hear a lot of these cats, everybody, we talked about this before, everybody got a little in front of their name, I don't know who's rapping anymore because everybody's behind the auto-tune. That could be anybody. But I like a lot of their beats, the beats that's out, because, everything's more advanced. Of course, the beats are going to sound better, opposed to what the 90s was and everything. But they're not saying nothing to them, and it pisses me off when I hear such a nice beat. And as soon as the beat come on, I'm like, man, that beat banging. So what my boy about to say? He coming in with all that shit. And I'm like, the art form is gone. So I'm like, it's like I'm not gonna dumb my stuff down for no one. If you like good music, description is what you need to be listening to.
I'll say to that point as well, though. Sometimes some people aren't saying anything. I will say that, but at the same time, some people just may not like what's being said in a certain manner too, because a while ago, even when I first started, because I act like I'm an old young dude some days, I'd be like, y'all really listen to this every day? Sometimes I say that. But also when you sit down and actually listen to some of these tracks, they actually are saying something to them. It's just in a different way that some may not.
And that's funny you said that, because I was talking to my homeboy today, right before I got to this interview. I was on the phone. And he said that. He said, if you really break the lyrics down, listen, it's how they saying them and make you not want to pay attention to what they're saying. But if you listen to the lyrics, they really spitting. And hear you say that, in the same day, maybe I really need to go examine it a bit more.
Because look, when you actually listen to their songs, they're not happy songs. When you listen and break down the lyrics, they're not happy. They're talking about breakups, being on drugs, being in shootouts, seeing people dead, depending on who you're listening to, of course.
Well,
and the hardships of life. It's not always, it's a lot of pain.
Well, to speak in the young people's defense, I'm not saying like I'm an old head, but the people in the people that like that kind of music, it's like, how should I put it? I mean, even in the 90s, we all had our negative stuff. We talked about selling drugs, shooting people, killing people, you know what I'm saying, drive-bys, That's what we grew up on. NWA started, they set it off, and it blew up ever since, Last bit of positive rap we heard was in the mid-'80s. The Don't Push Me Because I'm Too Close to the Edge, the Curtis Blows, the MC Shans and all of that, It was cute. And then as soon as hip-hop found its legs,
when you break down some of those weren't positive. That was still pain. Because Don't Push Me, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Yeah, he's going through.
He's going through some shit.
Well, that's true, but that's better than, I shot him in the head, raped his mother, and killed his children.
That's not all that people say, though. They say, they're crying over heartbreak, crying over seeing their people die. They're saying the same thing, too, just in this way. I'm trying to get off these pills and these drugs. That's what they saying, too.
Right, so, I mean, each genre got their negative vibes. I mean, think about it. Country music make you want to kill yourself. Every country song talking about somebody losing their wife, the dog, the cat. the house. You know what I'm saying? Run it back to get it all back. You know what I mean? That's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? The music is the instruments sound depressing. All of that. Everything about it to me. You know, I got like a handful of country songs because of my brother. I actually pay attention to, and they both by the two main dons of country music. Everybody know about old school Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, and we all know why we like Dolly Parton. But that's why I had to give her a listen. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. You know, we all had our negative. Each genre got their negative vibe, and you know, the '90s. Like I said, we grew up promoting killing people. You know what I'm saying? Now we promoted the old heads and the semi old heads. Like myself, I consider myself a semi old head. We talked about selling drugs or whatever. Well, they talked about selling drugs. Now they talking about doing them. Same drugs you know, and that was a no-no in our profession. I'll tell you another no-no, songwriters. We talked about this before. Songwriters, you know, you're not going to write my rap for me. You know what I mean? That's the difference when you write a song because not everybody can sing. You know, I can write a song, but I can't sing it like Brian McKnight or something like that. But I might be able to write it, and he put that umph to it, you know. Now, it's the difference when you're rapping, you know, because if that's the case, everybody in the world's a rapper. What the ghostwriter does, he goes in the studio, raps a song, they take it home, listen to it, and remember it, come back in and rap it. How many rap songs you know by heart from your favorite artists?
By heart?
Yeah.
Probably.
Quite a few, right?
Yeah.
You're a rapper. How many you know about? How many you know?
Like a handful, probably.
That makes you a rapper. Yeah. All you gotta do is remember a song. That's not talent to me. You know, the talent is that man that puts this effort and pens and feelings and emotion into that paper. Because if your ghostwriter is that tight, I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear you. I want to hear him. What he talking about?
But,
you see what I'm saying?
But that's why most people, I ain't gonna say most, but that's why some of them are ghostwriters. Because when they say what they write, you don't want to hear it. You want to hear the people they're writing for because they perform it better.
Yeah.
That's
some
where
people can't
they
give
deliver
off
it better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deliver.
Yeah, Diddy has a lot of ghostwriters, but
That's a good flip side coin to look at that. Now you just gave me a good excuse. Gave him a good excuse because I wasn't giving no excuses on that.
Yeah,
shit.
Dr. Dre had all. Of course, he wasn't a rapper, but a lot of people pinned Dr. Dre's lines.
They did. You know, Ice Cube wrote that, but see, that wasn't popular amongst for as the majority. Because I remember Andre 3000 saying, "Wait a minute, people ain't writing their raps." You know what I mean? Like he couldn't believe that shit, and it was a time where I couldn't believe it. You know, and I mean, I had to bow down because even though it wasn't done all the time, it was still being done. Like Biggie wrote the whole album for Junior Mafia. So I had to bow down to my nephew, like, man, y'all using all these ghostwriters. We didn't need no ghostwriters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't. You know, my rappers that I like didn't. Biggie, Kane, all those rappers, they write their own shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I grew up and found out that, Cube was writing all NWA's shit, Drake got a ghostwriter, I mean, all that kind of stuff. You know, when I found out, what was it? Kane was writing songs with Biz Markie. I was like, well, damn, we had ghostwriter rappers back then. Okay, you know, I had to bow down, even though it wasn't. It was more on a hush hush type thing back then. Like you did write a rap, we didn't test the forbidden. You know, now it was like becoming a profession, a rap ghostwriter. You know, why don't the ghostwriter be a rapper? Well, like you said, you just answered that for me.
They may not sound good.
See, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. So you got to put the Milli Vanilli effect into it.
And even if they do sound good, they may not have the appeal as the other rapper they're writing for does.
You're right. Well, just like I said, like a Milli Vanilli back in the day. I don't know if you know about them. If you did your history on the '80s or whatever, they the guys that sung that songs was toe out the frame, fat, wobbly, bloated looking dudes. You know what I'm saying? That couldn't sell the song the right way. So they picked them two, and they said, well, look, we're going to sing it, you know, but y'all going to deliver it how we want it done. So I guess that works in rap now.
Just like around the first commercial rap record.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to get the real rappers to rap, but they didn't want to do it because they thought it was selling out. So they got some other people to do it. And they even got some of the other people that were real rappers to write the rhymes.
And this is what I want to say about that selling out thing, you people, man. Let me tell you something. If you're a rapper out there and you doing your thing and you got the opportunity to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions, on a commercial basis, you know what I'm saying, and you turn that down because your friends and fans saying you selling out, man, you better get that fucking money. Get that money. Now, as long as they ain't making you degrade yourself and wearing a dress or wearing some lipstick or whatever, got you dressing like Prince or some shit like that, get that money. Do what you do. Because those same people telling you, oh, you a sellout, they're going to be laughing at your ass when you ain't got no money and broke. When you could have took that money, but you didn't want to do it because you didn't want to be considered, quote unquote, a sellout. I ain't with that. You know what I mean? I'm not with that. Now, I will say this. I'm not going to sell my soul to, like if I got to a record label and they told me to write some Dr. Seuss rhyme type shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not going to do nothing like that because I know I'm better than that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sell out like that. If they tell me, I want you to write a commercial for Burger King, I'm going to do that. You want me to write a commercial song for car auto insurance? Guess what? That check looking right, I'm going to do it. And it's going to be the best commercial car insurance song you ever heard. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do. Pusha T did, what, the McDonald's jingles? We didn't even know that for a while. You know what I mean? People ain't saying he crossed over. He'll sell out. He got that money. And you know Pusha T rap about dope, killing people, you know, pissing on graves and some more shit. But they knew he had they weeded through all that and saw he had the talent, or McDonald's wouldn't have used him. You see what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. He got that check. So when you said that crossing over, selling out, I had to speak on that big time. Because that's becoming the real, like I said, about the where you from shit and the selling out shit. Those are the things that really bother me in the game. People say and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's always kind of the older way of thinking that tries to carry on to the new era when it doesn't fit. Mm-hmm. And then they still try to use these arguments or these positions like, nah, it changed.
Yeah.
It's a different era. It's a new way to do
right.
things. So
it is, man. It is, and Dr. Dre had a good point on his interview. He was like, you keep hating on these young people, telling they shit is trash. You sound like a old ass hater. You know what I mean? He was like, stuff evolves. He said, not for your ears, that's for this time. He said, I don't really listen to the shit, which I don't, because, 9 times, because I know I like what I like. As soon as I hear a track, you know what I mean? That ain't against nothing against nobody. You got to grab me as soon as I hear you start rapping. You know what I mean? But as soon as I hear a track and if I like it, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give it its props. But like you said, it looks like I'm going to have to start doing my homework for what you're saying, for what the young people are saying, and this and that there. It's just that auto-tune, man.
Well,
get away from behind that motherfucker, man. I mean, we done heard enough of that shit, yo. You know what I mean? Everybody's think about it. Roger started it, you know what I'm saying? T-Pain picked it back up. When Lil Wayne grabbed it, it was a rap. Oh my God. Now everybody got a rap behind, put a little in front of their name and get behind the auto-tune. That's a new thing. That could be any fucking body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna show you how cheap the auto-tune can get over on you. Let's just say me and you was real tight, and I said, Dre, I ain't gonna be able to make it to the studio session, but you know my rap, right? Okay, go in there and rap it on auto-tune and put it on, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna say that's me.
I'll say.
And that wouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? And it would fly.
I'll say this. Auto-tune has kind of a misconception because in order for auto-tune to work, you have to, I'm speaking from
kill it.
Speaking engineer.
Done with it.
Now.
Get it out of here. That's what's got to work. Get it out. We've heard it. It's done. We've been down that road. Put the no trespassing sign on that motherfucker. Out of business. Just get it out of here, man. I'm sick of hearing that shit. I'm frustrated about that shit for real. Like the song you just played me, Boss Bank. I dreaded putting auto-tune on the chorus, but I did that for the young cats out there because I know that's what y'all like, but I'd be goddamn if I was going to rap that whole song like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Tracks with the auto-tune on there, man.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I did on 2 songs. I did it on Boss Bank, and I did it on Blue Flame. That's simply because I couldn't find a singer. I couldn't sing, but
That's where
I had that's what Auto-Tune came in. But my
Exactly.
whole album don't sound like that. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah.
I did it on the chorus and the chorus only is where it's supposed to be.
It's a lot of people that surprisingly can't sing though.
True. But like I said, your whole album,
Yeah, the whole
your whole everything you coming out with
is
is
kinda
you behind
crazy.
that computer, bro. Come on, man.
And some of them overdo it. I feel like it's oversaturated. Like,
Right.
auto-tune where it should be, and then they still want it times 4. Like,
They stuck on that robotic rap, man. You know, it sound like a bunch of robots to me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, just give it a break. Just give it a break. Bring it back out 5 years later, but just for now, give it a break, man. I need a break from that shit.
They're not gonna do it because that's the mainstream sound now. Because everyone it's not even just a rap thing. Everyone uses it. R&B, country, bachata.
Country's using it now?
Yeah. R&B,
Fuck outta here,
country,
man.
pop.
Yeah.
Every genre is using auto-tune right now. If you listen closely, you can hear it. It may not be strong like it is in rap sometimes, but they're all using it.
They got auto-tune in the clubs now.
Yeah, you can do it on stage too if you got the
Yeah.
right people hooking it up.
Oh my God. You can do it live now?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm saying no
No,
performances.
you can
know,
do it live.
Uzi, you know how Uzi got his now? Lil Uzi Vert. He got like
The Uzi pervert.
now
you talking about?
yeah. Now
Yeah.
see, I ain't the biggest fan of
Little rainbow
swiveling
rapper.
the hips and banging the hip. Now that's a little crazy. You feel me?
Mm.
But I feel it's crazy. He could go just record like a whole auto tune song and get it played in the clubs as many times as it does. Cause I never thought I'd see anybody dancing to a song in auto tune. You feel me?
I don't want to. I'm not gonna sound like I don't mean to sound like a hater when I say what I'm about to say, please though. But I'm gonna be honest with you because I you got some people that are PG-13. I'm raw uncut Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Like I spill it how I feel it. So I hope people don't get offended what I'm about to say. But you know how I look at that shit. Everybody like a rapper like Lil Uzi Vert selling millions of records. That's to an audience who don't know fucking better. Who hasn't done their research and found out there's a Nas, there's a Pusha T, or there's a Ice Cube, or there's a, even though these are old school pioneers, or there's a Twista, or there's a whatever, they haven't done their research because what I've noticed, every young person I talk to that does, they don't want to listen to that shit. I'm gonna give you for instance, my son used to like the mumble rap and all of that. And I fucked around and I left him in the house one day. And kids, when they in the house by themselves, they get to snooping. I knew that's what he was going to do. And I came back home, my music was blasting, and he had a look on his face like he saw a ghost. He said, "Daddy, Tupac and Biggie is the greatest rappers I ever heard. And who was this? And who was this? Daddy, that's what y'all listen to? I don't want to listen to my music no more, Dad. That's for little kids." Every little young person that has done their research, I've watched them. They don't. Once they get a taste of that, they don't want to hear that other shit. They don't want to hear that Capri Sun rap.
Well, most people don't have that they can reference to. They have somebody, or they don't have anybody to show them this is what came before. This is what it used to sound like.
Exactly.
This is where it came from. So.
Exactly.
And some people, I ain't gonna lie, just don't want to hear it.
Well, that's what I said. I agree. This is what I tell my son and nephew all the time. Yes, rap has changed. I agree with that. But here's the thing. Has it changed for the better?
I'll say you can say that about anything, but I hear you.
Has it changed for the better? No. The beats have changed for the better.
Depends on who you talk to. Depends on who you talk
I
to.
feel like now this might be controversial, but I feel like rap is slowly like moving itself to well, rap, is like a genre, but I feel like the people in rap right now are moving it to kind of its own genre, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people just ain't rapping right now. It's, you feel me? They rather melodize more than they rap, and you know things, which that's cool. But I wouldn't necessarily say, okay, that's rap. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people who can sing and rap, and they do both in every song, and you get what I'm saying? But that's still kind of.
Well, I tell you what I like about what rap is doing now, and it's because, and this is my opinion, how I see it, and I feel other people agree with me. The rap has gotten so watered down, so to the point that old heads are trying to come back and breathe life back into it. This is Nas' third album this decade. Ice Cube is touring. Hell, man, we got the 50 Hip Hop Turn 50 tour coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see that. Kane, Rakim, and all of them. You know what I mean? They still touring, making money. You know what I'm saying? You know, because people are reaching. Okay, well, let me hear where this shit came from. What? That's what they was doing? You know, and I mean, I've seen the look on people's face. I mean, I've even heard the young people say, our music is trash, no doubt about it. But it's fun to listen to. I'll take that. It is fun to listen to when you're in the club, you're watching the girl shake her ass to it. You done had a few drinks, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's nice. You know what I mean? You watch the girls' booty shake to it and all that. That's cool when you're having a good time. But when you just sitting back vibing and just want to hear some good music, that is not what you want in your eardrums 24/7, bruh. I don't know of a person that's like that, that knows about the real rap music as well. Let's put it like that. I don't. Let me ask you something. Do you listen to any 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
That's on your but see, even though you might have didn't come up that time, you know that's good music, right? Okay. Bottom line.
That is the era I grew up in too, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born late 90s though. I was born 97.
Oh,
So-
okay, yeah, late 90s.
And my dad's 40 years older than me too, though. So
Yeah.
that's how I heard.
Yeah, but
the
see,
older.
your dad kept you on point with that
Yeah.
stuff. You see what I'm saying? I'm a late 80s baby, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I saw both. You know, I saw hip-hop as it went along. Like, okay, the old heads didn't like, the 80s old heads didn't like that the 90s rappers put the gangster twist in their music. But they rap better than the early 80s rappers. You know,
Yeah, 'cause
with the exception of Kane and Rakim and LL. Like Ari Spears said, those are the white tigers in the wild. You know what I mean? You're going to have those. But, like, those are the exceptions to the game. But, like, we took the 90s, elevated that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that when the millennium comes, they're going to be better than us. Now I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Cause at that time, that's when rap got into a weird place. Cause I think people like to forget rap hip hop is it's the youngest genre of music
It is.
that
It is.
exists. That's why I think people have such a divisive input on how they feel about the music. Cause it's a young genre.
It is.
And it's been evolving literally in real time since it came out. And each era are doing something different with it.
Well, see, here's the thing I have to speak on, too. The young rappers dissing the old head rappers, you know, or whatever. Oh, man, y'all washed up. Let me tell you little motherfucker something. If it wasn't for that era, y'all wouldn't even have a record deal and nothing to write or rap about. That era started that shit. So for you, it's just like, that's like telling Thomas Edison not to cut his fucking lights on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he invented that shit. Well, really, a black man invented that, but I'm just saying, he invented it. You know, that's like telling somebody telling you, like, you good with what you do. You know what I'm saying? And let's say you invented your beats or whatever. You know what I mean? They telling you, man, I hear your beats all the time, but you don't need to you do no beats no more. You know what I mean? You know, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You know, that era, the 80s era, this era, the era you grew up in, the era I grew up in, we started that shit. So how you gonna tell the people that enabled you to have a record deal, enabled you, they paved the way in order for you to have this money, in order for you to make this money doing what you do, and you suck. So you should be thanking them old heads. You know what I'm saying? If anything. Real talk, man. Real talk. I admire the young rappers that put old heads in their songs. Like I remember in the mid 2000s they did the was it second decade of the 2000s when the song White Tee, and they put Andre 3000 in it. You know what I mean? See, I like seeing shit like that. You know, the old head and the young heads coming together, making a masterpiece. When people put their heads together with a craft, bro, it can't be fucked with. You know what I mean? I like seeing that kind of thing. You know, that's showing homage. You know,
but it's also, it kind of got lost too because some of the older generation didn't want to pass on the knowledge to the younger generation, and some of them was just clearly gatekeeping, hating. That's why the young people had to rebel in the 2000s because of that. When Soulja Boy came out, great example. Ice-T, we all remember that. When Ice-T was dissing Soulja Boy and all that went on.
Yeah.
Fuck Soulja Boy, fuck Ice-T, you old ass nigga Ice-T. Yeah, we all remember that. So, but that's a perfect example of hating. Perfect example of hating. Right,
but see, I feel both ends. See, Ice-T was thinking, was it Soulja Boy? Yeah. Soulja Boy got an anger problem any motherfucking way. He need a hug or something, man. He sit his little ass, bed bug looking ass down somewhere. But he's always getting mad at people. But I understand on both ends. Because Ice-T was thinking, like, bringing up Soulja Boy, man, fuck Soulja Boy. I'm on this interview right now. You know what I'm saying? He was thinking like this. If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be a fucking Soulja Boy. That's how he thinking. So fuck Soulja Boy. And he said it out of the heat of anger and cockiness at the time because of who he was. He done put a lot into the game. He's a pioneer. He's a legend. You know what I mean? And I probably think the same way. Don't talk no baby shit smelling Soulja Boy to me. I'm Ice-T. You know what I'm saying? You know, that nigga was still in his daddy's nutsack when I wrote my first song. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know that's how he was thinking. But see, on the flip side, Soulja Boy is thinking like, okay, but I'm what's popping now. So don't say fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the future. You know what I mean? I understand both feelings of both sides. That's why they need to come together to make it better. You know what I'm saying? Why compete against each other? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a bunch of old heads out there that's just not even.
Well, who wants to hear Ice-T and Soulja Boy?
Wait. What your man say? It's not even what?
They just not even wanting to look our way. You get like, it don't matter what young rapper today you take to an old head. You feel me? You get the same response. Like, you feel me? It's all just, nah, man. I ain't listen to that.
Yeah, because even Master P and Kodak Black had a little spat at one point in time. Man.
They all.
Oh, that African sweat Beetle looking motherfucker. Kodak Black? Man, dude. Let me tell you something. He lost me when he said he was better than Tupac and Biggie. I ain't want to hear nothing else he said after that. I don't give a damn if you can rap now. I don't even want to hear it. You lost my eardrums when you said that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hard, but boy, ain't that hard.
Nah, at all.
Yeah.
At all. Man, what? You better than Tupac and Biggie.
One thing I will say
What's in your blunt, bro?
To the Tupac and Biggie thing. Thing I don't like is, I understand why people hold them up to a high standard, but we didn't get the chance to see how they would develop once they got to a certain point. So I get why people say have their differences on older people that unfortunately had to pass before they got into the later years of their career, because we don't know how they would have adjusted.
Okay.
Not saying they couldn't have, but we just don't know how it would end up.
Well, see, this is what I observed, because I was around when, I was real young, but I was around when they died, and I was still a full hip-hop youngster head, This is what I noticed. A lot of people hadn't seen the notice until I bring this to the forefront. They was on top at the time. They was, like, phenomenal, like, it wasn't that they had gatekeepers. They was just that good. Unless you was spitting as hard as Pac and Big, you wasn't getting on. You know what I mean? It was extremely harder to get on because of them two cats. You know what I'm saying? And it was like what I noticed once Pac and Big died, that's when these wannabe motherfuckers just flooded the gates. They dead. We can be rappers now. Just flooded this motherfucker, man. Everybody was a rapper after that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wouldn't have been coming out. You know what I'm saying? If Pac and Biggie wasn't even was in the forefront, wouldn't have a record deal. You know what I mean? If there was a CD, they toss that bitch like a frisbee. You already know. So I mean that's what I noticed. You know, the floodgates. I mean we do still. I mean after they died, we still had some good rappers like Luda, T.I. On the east side, lyrically, Cannabis, Nelly. I respect Nelly's. He had to grow on me because he was singing. He did that sing rap. You know what I'm saying? But you listen to what Nelly's saying. I mean, he putting some vibrato in rapping, and it was his own, and it was different. And it was nice. He went diamond. You know, whatever. But anything after 2004, niggas just stopped giving a fuck, man. They just not even trying. You know what I'm saying?
Because it got. You know, when anything gets too commercial, it always goes down the drain.
It gets watered down.
That's what happens with anything.
And that's what I think. I think people always tell me, Doc, you're going too deep on this. You know, you reaching too hard. You're thinking too much. I think that the government has a hand in all this trash being signed, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is the formula they doing. If we water this shit down enough to where it sucks so much ass to the point that they won't even listen to it no more, rap will just be extinct. We ain't got to worry about that shit anymore. So let's keep signing this trash. You know what I'm saying? To the point where people don't want to listen to rap no more. You know what I mean? And it plays out.
I feel like, I get where you coming from. I feel like it's more of the free world.
Okay.
I say, you get what I'm saying? Because let's say, anybody can literally do anything and get any and everybody to see it at this point.
Okay.
Like with the world that we living in. So like you get what I'm saying? Like they be like, I feel like a bunch of people that do stuff just to get it up there and just get it. You get what I'm saying? And they don't you feel me?
Yeah.
But anybody, let's say it could be a dude who stay across the way in an apartment complex. He could have 100 people that stay in that apartment complex with him. You get what I'm saying? He might be hardest thing in that apartment complex, and that apartment complex might be the go-to spot for Raleigh or wherever. You get what I'm saying? Now everybody gonna bandwagon that apartment complex, and that apartment complex just might not be the best music-wise, but you get what I'm saying? They got the hype, so it's just like, but that is what the government wants them to do. So
that's what me and my girl was talking about. That like that's what I really think is happening, because you know, unless, like I said, unless you listen to them old heads, or the best ones keeping the flame lit is who? J. Cole. You already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And who else? Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick.
As far as that lyrical shit is concerned, they the only two that's keeping the flame lit. So I'm not saying y'all's music, just because you young, your music is trash. No, it's some young cats that's bringing the pain like them two cats is doing. Half you motherfuckers are just lazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like it is. Y'all gonna tell it like it is, bro. You just not giving a fuck. You know, and they try to use that excuse. Well, you know, they're young. What do you expect? Nigga, Nas wrote Stillmatic at 17. Step your fucking game up.
Well, Nas reading a lot of books.
Yeah, they definitely ain't reading books.
No.
This generation definitely ain't reading books.
Because it's a different era, and it's easy. I'll say this. I understand where you're coming from.
See, we come from this era. We in this era now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. But at the same time, we all have access to everything now. You, at the click of a button, you can see any and everything you want to, good and bad, or in between. So
I feel like that definitely hurt too, though, because
that's the point.
Exactly.
Y'all had to work for a bunch of stuff and like do, like the process of y'all even releasing music was probably like 50 pages longer than the process
hell
now.
yeah, man.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Man, dude, I'm gonna tell you, man, like the way it was back then growing up in the 90s, man, it was like, you know, the shit they have now, man, like you gotta write your rap, you know what I'm saying, remember it, and you know the cadence to say it in, you know what I mean? And then you in the studio you had to record it on that, you know what I mean? They had to rewind if you messed up, you had to rewind and start the whole song over. It wasn't no punch here, you know what I'm saying?
That's why a lot of people didn't want to rap either, because you couldn't punch.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Now that's all they do is try to punch in.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do. Dr. Dre said he did that with Eazy-E, but for some strange reason, that wasn't prevalent when I was recording songs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, like
You
if
had
you
to
messed
be at a
up,
certain skill level to be able to do it at that time.
exactly. Yeah, it was just, and you know, and another thing, it's like I said, instruments and beats have gotten better, but the what's the word on the skill set, the artistry hasn't gotten better. Like for instance, and that's how this world has been doing. Like I think the singles from my mom and dad's time, Smokey Robinson, these are people that let me listen to when I was little. Smokey Robinson, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Frankie Lyman, all those cats. You know what I mean? Of course, they didn't have the best beats back then. You know, they did the best they could, with the exception of James Brown, though. I don't know what the fuck was on his mind. That man got some beats making me want to just dance now. You know what I'm saying? Man, James Brown and Prince had some beats that's out of this world, but the point I'm getting at, they was way more talented than the singers of our time. But our music evolved. We had better technology as time went along, and we had better beats than catchy beats that got your attention more so. Because, see, back in the day, they had to bring the whole orchestra in the fucking studio. You saw a motherfucker with a drum or one with a saxophone, all that's at a push of a button now. You see what I'm saying?
But at the same time,
Yeah.
even though technologically, allegedly, it's better, that's why the feeling got lost too. Because
That's
all
true.
you gotta do is click a button instead of bringing the orchestra, bringing the instrumentalists. Grow up in the church and sing for a long time before you get on and actually make songs. They ain't going to church no more.
No, hell no.
You know where they going? To the club. You know
That's
where they
true.
going? To the party.
Yeah.
You know where they going? On Instagram.
It's all about who twerked the best.
You know where they going? On the street corner. On the street lights. That's where they going. They not going. They not going to church and singing no more. They not getting vocal coaches. It's not enough around.
Oh no, yeah, I definitely ain't even vocal coaches
Yeah.
out the window. Nobody this day is using a
Right.
vocal coach
Exactly.
unless
Saying-
you're already up a good bit.
Well, just like your boy, I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie Five Heartbeats, when your boy Robert Townsend got on stage and was like, you know, dude told me I'll be a better writer once I suffer some more, you know. And he didn't know what that meant, you know what I mean? And then he looked at, you know, the situation, now I know what it means. Now I can write better music because I've suffered more. Our grind was a hella harder, way harder than it is now. So, of course, our music 9 times 10 was probably going to be better because we had to really reach deep and really had to work to do our shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's with everything. Just like my grandma got a freezer that she bought back in like 1940. Still works to this day. See what I'm saying? Stuff was built to last back then. It had more skill. Now it's like, fuck that. Only works for 5 or 6 years so you can buy another one. It's about making that money. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that, you know. So that's probably what rap is doing. I don't know. But I'm just glad that it's turned into a genre as to where, you know, it's become one thing. The old heads and the young heads, you know. Got our old heads still touring, coming out with albums, just like R&B it was. Because like we said in the last interview, I hated when people put a expiration date on music in rap. But these old heads, Aerosmith, Billy Joel and all of them, they 90 years old on a wheelchair going on the stage and they still selling out. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Their genre's a lot older too, though.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
you got to grow with it. Hip hop and rap hasn't had a time to grow until now.
50 years, man. How
That's
much more we
young.
need?
That's young though. Some people in hip hop
That's true.
aren't 50 years old yet. The pioneers.
I'm not 50 yet.
There's pioneers that are barely 50 or barely past 50. Hip hop's a very young genre. All the other music is hundreds and sometimes even thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Hip
That's true.
hop is young. Hip hop was made off of stealing too, because of the sampling and all that stuff as well.
Oh, yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
Hip hop is the most stillingest motherfucking business in the world, dog.
That may be why, as time goes on, it may not have the carry on as well. That could be. I'm not saying it's true, but it could be another factor as well because how it was created and made.
I'll tell you something that really triggered me off. When I was found out a certain people's favorite rapper, name starts with a J. He was one of the ones that would take people's demos, like say you trying to get on, say you're rapping, you trying to get on, and you toss him your shit, and he listened to it, and I don't think we can fuck with that. then you chilling one day in your room, you know what I'm saying,
Still
smoking a
make a
blunt,
song off of
and
it.
you hear him rhyming your shit. You know what I'm saying?
tough.
That
That's
happens a
that's
lot.
lowest
They
of
used
the
to have
low.
They used to having a lot.
That's lowest of the low.
Yeah.
You tell this man you can't use his services, but you get rich off his pain.
They do the same thing
You know what
now
I
off
mean?
YouTube. Do the same thing off YouTube now.
Yeah.
Off the emails. Oh yeah. I dare you to see your favorite rapper song get email and it's fire. They say, nah, we can't use it. Bet you'll hear it in about a couple weeks.
Are you serious?
Oh, 100%. It just changed to the internet. It ain't leave.
YouTube kind of set themselves up for that though.
Yeah.
But still, people being fans and being attached to their favorite artist too, that also sets them up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
They doing anything to get on, you're gonna get stolen from.
That's true. That's true. It's just I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't mean to sound like a bitter rapper. Like I said, if you nice, I'm gonna rock your shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you trash, you trash. I'm just not gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? You know, but I, you know, I'm giving a lot. I'm taking a lot more consideration. I'm listening to a lot more stuff. You know, I like the baby. You know, he brings the pain. You know what I mean? I like his swag and everything. But I don't know, man. I'm just like I said. I'm glad that it's becoming a unified genre now. Like you could go to a Slick Rick concert if you want. You could go to a Ice Cube concert if you want. You know. I mean, even somebody like Lil Jon or whatever, T.I., anybody you grew up listening to, you can still stay in that world if you want to. If you don't want to listen to this new stuff, you don't have to. That's what I told him. I said, I'm not trying, like I told my son, I'm not trying to sell to you young niggas. If you like my shit, you know what I'm saying, jump on this train, let's roll. You know what I mean? Ride on or get rolled over. You know what I mean? Ride with me or get rolled on. That's how I see that. You know what I mean? You like it. I'm not going to dumb my shit down to appeal to your generation. That's how niggas play out quick. Every rapper that has done that, get him out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, get him out of here. So
It's a way to do it. I'll say if you are gonna go that route, it's a way to do it.
I feel the way to do it is probably collaborating with a new artist.
That's
You get what I'm
one way to
saying?
do it.
I feel like when you know a older artist goes down to, you know, the newer generation without collaborating with the new artist, then it's kind of like, you know, because how is the new generation gonna listen to it?
Yeah, like why your pants so tight? Well, you know you're not supposed to wear those. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
And we wouldn't really be grasped to it. But then if you were to go get somebody like a J. Cole or somebody, then I guarantee you the new generation would just
Yeah.
flood.
Look at Lil Durk on his rebrand right now.
Yeah.
He knew what to do.
People won't really listen to country like that. Well, you know, the people that like I knew of that I was around, and they primarily listen to rap.
I'm
And
not gonna
Lil
lie.
Durk.
That song is trash. I'm not gonna lie. That song is trash.
Nah, Lil Durk did a song. He did a song.
The other one on his other album was okay, but this one is trash.
Nah.
The one he did on his new album, that's trash. The Morgan Wallen feature this time, that's trash. I'm not gonna lie, that's trash.
I don't know which one you talking about.
I'm talking about the one on Almost Healed. That one is trash.
Nah, yeah, that one.
I don't mean to jump off subject,
Yeah.
but your boy here got a strange resemblance to Kevin Hart for some reason. I was sitting here watching this man. I'm like, what's familiar about this dude, man? I don't know. Have you been told that before? No, I have.
That's a
I
first.
see it, man. I see it.
We usually hear 50
Man.
Cent.
Oh,
I
hell
usually
no.
I
Next
gotta
person
do
call you that, hit
on,
him in their
bro.
mouth, dude.
Yeah.
This is a 50 Cent. You still look like King Cole, bro. It's a monkey looking dude. No, you look just like Kevin Hart. Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna agree when y'all look at this shit. He's gonna hit y'all. This dude look just like his ass. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I was wouldn't do the all right. No, I'm messing with you.
All right. Yeah.
Just like him, dude. But go ahead. I'm sorry. What you saying?
Gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today. Say it with your chest, nigga. Oh shit. But yeah. Any more questions?
I'll just say to add on to one more point, and we'll probably wrap the show up.
Okay.
People gotta live life to talk about certain things in their music too.
Yeah,
People
that's what we're
just
talking about. Yeah.
some people just aren't living life. They're either taking from don't have the experience to take from, or it's taken from something else entirely that they have no at all relatance to. Either people that around them haven't been through it, or themselves haven't been through it, so they don't have anywhere else to pull from. And things are easier to do now, so now the vices and what the struggle they're talking about is different. Struggle of trying to find a good woman to be with, struggle of trying to find a woman to be married to, or struggle of raising your kids, or getting off drugs, or finding a new job, having to maintain by some people having to get a regular job, side job, and hustle on the side too, just to keep themselves afloat. Trying to promote themselves on the internet, having people on the internet share their stuff and collaborate from the internet.
Correct.
It's different struggles now, so they got different ways to pull from, but it may not be as thought-provoking or in-depth because it's not difficult in like the real life, but it's digital, so the feeling is a little different. And they may not be able to talk about it in a way that gets through at times.
Yeah, and you know what? And like I said, I'm gonna end up with this. I was looking at, that's funny in relation to what you're saying. I was looking at YouTube one day, and they were showing Biggie Small's son on the radio station, and they asked him to freestyle. And me being the fan I was at first, I was like, really, bro? You know what I'm saying? Your daddy is one of the greatest rappers in the world, and that's the best you can come up with? But then I got to thinking, this dude ain't had a struggle once in his life. He ain't got no type of struggle, no kind of grind.
Yeah.
Everything's been handled this dude on a silver platter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't grow up selling crack. He ain't had to.
None of that. So how do you expect him to rhyme like his pops? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was like, well, yeah. I said for his era, then I had to give him props because he did his thing for that time. But like, the DJ was even clowning on him, like.
That's
the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know,
crazy. Yeah.
It was even clowning on him. I mean, he did okay. He didn't suck. But you think about it. This is Biggie's son.
That's why he should have never. I ain't gonna say not never went up there, but he should never rap.
Cause say what you said. You should have never went up there.
Not even the.
You shouldn't even went up there. You shouldn't even turn his mic on.
Nah,
because
the point is, when you're the son of somebody that great, there's nothing you can do to live up or past their standards.
It's not. Nothing's good enough.
You're going to lose.
Nothing's good enough.
As soon as you step in the building and say, yo, I rap, you can't win. Your father, who? Oh, nah.
Yeah. You don't bring it like, you ain't nothing like your daddy.
Yeah. Just like Michael Jordan's sons. They was never going to be. You can't.
I ain't gonna lie. This off subject. It's kind of off subject, but like LeBron's son, I ain't gonna lie, he nice.
He ain't gonna do it.
But his daddy did though. He's not gonna do what his daddy did. It's not gonna happen. You know, I mean,
at this point, he might not even get there because he just had cardiac arrest.
Well, hey, but sometimes it goes the other way though.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Yeah, he just had cardiac arrest. LeBron's son. He had cardiac arrest on the court on his practice a couple days ago.
Oh hell, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and he was. Well, he about to get drafted.
He at USC right now. Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes it works the other way. Because I grew up watching Dale Curry. Stephen Curry done passed his pops. You know what I mean?
Pops,
it don't always work that way.
Great.
You know what I'm saying?
His pops weren't that great.
I feel like if somebody had like a pops or someone in their family that was this close to getting exactly where they wanted to go, they'd be a better coach versus someone that made it where they're trying to go.
Because they're seeing everything. Yeah. When you make it and you're on the top level, you don't see the underworkings typically because you're too busy being great.
And you hand it to the people under you. Like Steph, he probably still for sure had to like nobody in his college coaches probably ain't cared that his pops was. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it probably did play a big part in it, but his pops won't Michael Jordan. His pops won't LeBron. You get what I'm saying? So he still had to go through some of the same struggles his pops went through.
Right.
LeBron's son, he probably ain't had to go to the same struggles. It definitely still is a struggle because your pops is LeBron, but not a grind that LeBron had to do.
It's arguable if he wasn't LeBron's son, he might not even be at this level.
Yeah.
Got a point.
Yeah, you definitely got a point.
You don't have to worry about gatekeepers.
Yeah,
You know what I
saying.
mean? He's LeBron's son.
Because
Yeah.
D-Wade's son ain't in the league right now.
And D-Wade's son is hands down way better than LeBron's son.
But he
D-Wade.
wasn't that much better.
D-Wade.
Dwayne
His
Wade.
son in the dress.
Nah, the other son.
Nah, not
His
not,
older son.
Not that son.
Oh, I'm about to
His
say,
older
tell me something. The hell? He in the league? No, he in a dress.
His older son.
Okay, his older son. See,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, he was in the Ignite in the G League, I believe, at the time. But I don't know if he's still playing with them or not. But he's not in the NBA. So.
He is nice.
Really?
He's nice.
But he's not nice enough to be in the NBA.
You don't think so?
Controversial, but he's better than Dwayne Wade.
No, he's not. I don't think people sleep on how nice D Wade was.
Nah,
Yeah.
D-Wade used to be my favorite player, bro. But if you look at D-Wade in high school, you look at his son in high school,
See,
bro,
there's
there's no way.
There's a difference. There's an era difference there. And I think if I look at the footage, I know for a fact I'm gonna disagree with you. If I look at the footage
No.
and pair them up side by
I know.
side,
See, what he's trying to say is his dad's era was a lot tougher to get to that basket, bro. I mean, we talking about an era where it was like secondary football. Like you could clothesline somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all the fouls and all that. You know,
And
even LeBron's mom said he wouldn't have made it in the era of Michael Jordan
But
because he's too soft, always complaining
They got creative now,
and
though.
whining and shit like that.
Like back
that don't
then,
mean they
you would
got.
see.
They don't mean they're better players.
I would definitely say they're better players, bro. Just because back then you see someone going like straight to the basket or
All right,
straight
I'ma
to
prove-
what they're
I'm
trying
gonna-
to do.
I'm gonna
It was back in the day. It was harder to get to that
I
basket, bro.
know.
We had them 7-footers.
But they're only taking
And
like 3-4 dribbles
Do
max
you
to
watch
get
college
to the
basketball L
Yes,
today?
yes.
Mm.
Highlights.
Exactly.
Highlights.
Highlights.
Watch highlights.
That's me.
Ah,
That's me. I'm guilty of highlights.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me.
Exactly. Probably early when we were younger, you probably tuned in a little bit more and knew about a little more college basketball at the time because there were more better players. I'm not saying
But
the
those
skill.
better players in the league.
I'll say this: the skill level threshold has definitely up for sure. I will say that, but that doesn't mean the players are better.
I definitely.
That don't mean they love the game the same either.
If we were to put the modern day NBA player like playing like today, right now, versus an NBA player playing back then, I guarantee you the modern day NBA player will win, hands down.
The only reason I won't say that is because
They wouldn't even be able to. That's like saying, okay,
You know the reason why I disagree with you? I'm not talking about offense wise. Now they might give us some hell offense wise. Defense wins the game, and I'm gonna tell you,
They're not locking us
this Darius defense. Oh, go right ahead, shoot. Let me see what you got. Pretty much. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? They had that lockdown ass defense. Man, think about Michael Jordan was up in the air. How he had to dodge through all kinds of shit just to get to the basket. Like you know what I'm saying?
They made it simple.
How was that simple?
No, we made it simple. I mean, he had to dodge and stuff, but if they would have went up just like that right now, if they were to go up like they would with Michael Jordan, I guarantee you they would not like the outcome.
No, bro. Because y'all got more freedom to do what y'all do because the defense is not as tight. So y'all got more free time to showboat and do all this kind of jazz and shit. I'm not saying it's cool, but I'm saying back then, defense, bro.
I don't think it's showboating.
It wins the game, man. It wins the game. I'm telling you, if you got somebody locking down on you, like they had one for instance. They showed they said Allen Iverson, one quarter they played the Lakers. They said the first half, Allen Iverson scored like 20 points, right? They put Kobe to deal. What did he have the second quarter? 0.
Well, the difference between
You see what I'm saying?
The difference between him and some of the other players on other teams is that's all they had. That's all they had on the Sixers was AI.
Yeah,
and
that's
an
true.
old Dikembe Mutombo. Who else? They had Eric. Eric Snow.
I'm just talking about how defense wins the game, though.
I hear you. I hear you for sure.
Their defense just wouldn't be able to guard our offense. Like we could take a whole defensive team of theirs and put it on. Like they wouldn't know what to do.
What is y'all offense though? What is
bro? The amount of crossovers and different things we do to get to the rim now is just unpredictable and crazy. Like if Kyrie was running point, who's guarding Kyrie from back then?
Himself.
Bro, nobody, bro. Like, and if nobody's guarding Kyrie, who's guarding Steph Curry?
Himself.
That's why I'm like, bro. Like
When you talk about great players that guard themselves,
it's not even.
and
like
what I mean by that
aspect.
is their mistakes, whatever their mistake and flaw is, that's what's going to make them win or lose the game. Depends on how much it comes out in that instance. Like Curry, he's sloppy with the basketball sometimes.
But even with Curry being sloppy, no one's taking the ball from Curry back then playing defense. They're gonna be froze.
You had a ball player like that, like you was your boy Zeke, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Now
He won't shooting like Curry.
Huh?
He won't shooting like
No,
Curry.
no one was shooting like Curry.
That's what
man.
I'm saying,
No
though.
one's
That's
shooting from
like-
half court. No one's doing
If
that.
that was
on
done
regular.
back in the day, though, that
That's
would be.
One player that might have
That's
been
true.
doing stuff like that was Pete Maravich, possibly. He might have been one that.
Pete Maravich was the, but see, Pete Maravich ain't got no rings though.
Oh, sure. Hey, listen. I'm
You know.
going off players and archetypes.
But he's great. I used to call him the white Michael Jordan, but then I shut up like because he don't have no rings. You know, he knew ball like the back of his hand, but he had a shitty squad around him, didn't he?
It's Pete Maravich. Yep.
Yeah, he had a shitty squad around him. Yeah, he was doing all that. I'm gonna tell you another ball player, Jason Williams.
Yeah, before the accident. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, white boy Jason White Chocolate.
Oh, well, yeah.
White chocolate, yeah.
Think about the other one. My bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, we doing the same thing y'all cats are doing with the dribbles or whatever. It's just the fact that the defense is not as tight, bro. So it gives you room to do all of that. You see what I'm saying? Because see, had Stephen Curry come with that half court shit, the first Stephen Curry probably would have made the first 2 or 3. Phil Jackson would have shut that ass down. Okay, see, this is what we're gonna do.
No, there would have
This
been
what
a
we
whole
know.
nother game plan.
No. Exactly what it is. This is what we're gonna do. They would have put somebody on Stephen Curry like the way they did AI with Kobe, and said if that nigga looks like he gonna pull up. I don't care if from the damn 3-point. I mean, you know, of half court. If he look like he gonna pull up, swat that shit.
You still
You
would
see
have
what I'm
had
saying?
Klay Thompson, Draymond. Like, bro, it's just, bro.
See,
There's so many.
When you
even
talk about
without their
Chicago,
team.
when you talk about Chicago Bulls, it's tricky because they kind of got players that can match up with each of them. They
I don't know, man.
Rodman and Draymond gonna have their fun all night.
Oh, nah, yeah, for sure.
Shit talking, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
rebound battles.
Definitely. Now that would
Are
have
you
been
gonna
a
get?
good match.
Are you gonna get past half court with trying to dribble Draymond? Good luck. All right.
Yeah.
Probably they're probably depending on Jordan and Pittman are probably gonna double team Curry and Thompson. They're gonna switch off of each of them.
And you think that's gonna work?
Yes. It could, for sure. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
If you
both
leave
of them,
Curry open, what's gonna
'cause
happen?
Both of them had Defensive Player of the Year nods, or at least won it.
It's still a double team. You're pulling somebody away from the.
But they're gonna the way they probably did their defense, they're gonna like move it with the court. So yeah. But
And the defense, though, I definitely say the defense just. Y'all are definitely more physical. We do have a bunch of sissies. Not gonna lie, we do have sissies.
Exactly.
But I would also say the games just evolve. I mean, y'all might have done.
Y'all's offense is a hell of a lot better than ours was. I will give y'all that hands down. Because like I said, Stephen Curry is living proof of that shit. When nobody, every now and then you will see somebody do a half court shot. He does that shit like a regular layup now. You know what I'm saying?
I had to cut y'all off. Let me go ahead. Let's wrap this up real quick.
Oh,
Cameron about to,
oh,
Cameron
yeah,
about
let's
to
wrap
die.
it up. Hey, let me say this. I got a EP coming out real soon. It's called Horrid Hospital. It's gonna have 7 tracks of some of the best shit you ever heard as well. Be on the lookout. Go ahead. All platforms.
All right. This is the 2.5 LLCs podcast. You want to like, comment, subscribe, share the show. We appreciate y'all for that. 2-1/2 LLCS podcast on all platforms. That's us. Want to follow me? Retro Dre. I have a new @ now. Retro Dre on Instagram. Retro __ Dre on Instagram.
Deserve.
Where can they find you at, sir?
Y'all can find me on Instagram and all platforms at D2M Tha. If you want to follow the label page, we got some good things in store. You know, dreams to motivations, all platforms. Let's do it.
That's what's up.
All right.
Me, you already know. All platforms, YouTube. If If you want to go back and do some research on me and some homework, my first album is on Reverb Nation. It's called The Autopsy Report. Be sure to check that one. And you spell the name right, ThaDocctah.
All right. With that being said, we appreciate y'all. And the morning, noon, night, whatever you're listening and hearing this. We out at 2.5 LCs podcast, episode season 4. Let's get it.
We gone.